Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, how are we getting on? Welcome back to a brand new Fallout 76 news video. Bethesda have a plethora of updates for us today, a whole load of new events and details on the new test server. So let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Okay then, so we have a new Inside the Vault post, and we've got a whole load of updates, a load of cool information, a busy couple of weeks coming up with a lot of stuff to keep us occupied in 76, so very, very cool, as well as details on the upcoming testing of the next patch, which is due at the end of this month, so looks like it'll be a shorter test phase than usual, but it is what it is. I need a little more time to work on it. So, it's an action-packed week in Appalachia. Read on to catch the details about our plans to reopen the public test server and how you can join us in playtesting upcoming features. You'll also learn how you can rock out to the Sealed Dawn soundtrack, join your fellow dwellers in Fasnacht activities from Tuesday, and take part in a pair of mole miner themed events a little later today. So, first and foremost, PTS. So, delayed a little bit from just over a week ago now, but apparently Bethesda need a little bit of extra time. They've got quite a lot of stuff that's going into the next patch. It looks very, very cool, and there's a couple of updates that are added on to the end of that they want to fine-tune before they put them on the PTS. So, we're continuing on our work on upcoming camp slots feature, and we still need a little more time before we're ready to bring it to the PTS. That said, we're looking to reopen the PTS as soon as possible, and we are hopeful that we'll be able to do this next week. So cool, hopefully next week we'll be able to jump in and test the new features. When we do, those of you with PC Bethesda net versions of Fallout 76 can join us in playtesting new features and improvements before we release them early in the spring. So as per usual, early in the spring. It sounds like they might be pushing it back to early March then, judging by that. I mean, normally it would be the end of February for the patch, but if they need a little extra time, it does make sense to nudge it back a week or two, so give us time to properly test it, that sort of thing. That's actually a good thing to see. So, a little bit longer wait, but good to see that it's going to get the extra testing. We want to hear what you think about special loadouts. Very, very cool. Looking forward to trying those out. Camp slots, wonderful unexpected addition. So the ability to have multiple camps, only one active at a time, but still, you'll be able to just sort of activate and deactivate them. That should be very cool. And a new major expansion for daily ops, including a new mode, aim assist for controllers, crafting sliders, and more. So there's a whole load of cool stuff in there. If you want to double check the features they're going to be adding with that patch, did a video on it the other week. I'll link it up there for you, so check that out. There will be a new PTS pennant available for those who partake of the test server. If you log in for 1 hour per day on 3 different days during the PTS phase, you will be rewarded with a little flag to hang up in your camp following the launch of the patch. So it'll be just after it, so probably March from the look of this. And yes, usual reminder, Bethesda net version of Fallout 76 on PC for the PTS. Very, very cool. Definitely looking forward to that. And of course, for those who can't try it out because you're on console or because you just don't want to, I will, of course, have a little look myself, little test to see what's going on, find out what all the details are once I've actually properly got my hands on it, and probably make a video on that. So do watch out for that. Looks like that'll probably be next week. So very, very cool. Speaking of very cool, the Sealed Dawn soundtrack is now available to stream. It's on all the usual places. It's, as with the rest of the soundtrack to 76, produced by Xion, and very, very cool. He's done some awesome work, including Dragon Age as well, outside of the Fallout series, so very, very cool. So you can find it on Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube if you would like to stream the soundtrack to Sealed Dawn. Very fun addition. Of course, the Wastelanders soundtrack is also available. That's on the same services, and I don't know if the base game soundtrack is, but I'd be surprised if it isn't. So either way, full set of soundtracks should be very, very cool if you want a little background noise. Do go and check those out. So, Fasnacht, once again returning as it does, well, supposedly annually, but we had 2 last year, so, yeah, you know. But it is coming back again on Tuesday, February 16th, so next week. Very, very cool. And it's nearly time to meet up with the Master of Ceremonies and all your favourite Helvetian bots for an explosive jaunt around town, because Fasnacht Day is almost here. Dust off your mask collection, grab a festive costume, and join your dwellers in Helvetia on Tuesday, February 16th. During this near week-long celebration, we'll bid farewell to Old Man Winter. Yes, please, go away, Winter. And welcome the coming springtime and earn a few rewards along the way. So, as a reminder, it has 2 parts. First, the Master of Ceremonies will ask you to find and aid nearby Protectrons with party prep, like gathering meal ingredients, decorating, playing musical instruments, and more. And then you'll meet the bots at the centre of town to join the Fasnacht Parade. Defend the Protectrons until they reach the end of their route, and you'll earn some loot. The more parade marchers that survive, The higher your chances of rare rewards, and this year there are also 3 new masks up for grabs. So, on top of the usual ones, which means odds get even longer on whether or not you'll actually get the new jobs, but chance to get some more rare rewards, very, very cool. The Fasnacht masks are always fun and seasonally themed. You get some fairly crazy ones out there, so always fun to try and pick those up, and it's a good time. You get lots of people involved in Fasnacht Parade, so always a good communal event. So, as per usual, Master of Ceremonies will appear in Helvetia an hour before the event starts. That's 11 AM. The event will kick off at 12 PM Eastern Time on the 16th of February, so that is 5 PM UK time. And it will end the following Monday, so 7 days later, again at midday for the final march on the 22nd. So as usual, that will be 5 PM UK time, same time for everything on all these events, so as per. So, last but not least, what's running this weekend? So fill your bags with loot. So we've got 2 Mole Miner themed events starting today that are running through until Monday. So we have the return of the Hunt for the Treasure Hunter event, and it's coinciding with a Purvayor Sale, 25% off for your legendary gear, which is very cool. Seems we'll be racking up plenty of scrip hunting down those Mole Miner treasure hunters. So, Mole Miners are making their presence known in the Wasteland this weekend. We've detected treasure hunter Mole Miner activity in all regions of Appalachia, so as per, they'll be all over the map. More enemy spawns in a given location, the more likely you are to run into them, so look for those densely populated areas. And we believe they'll soon reach the surface to scoop up any valuables they can, track down treasure hunter mole miners, and then take them out to collect their mole miner pails, which you can then open to claim some of the riches they've scavenged for yourself. Crikey, this is struggle today, apparently. You can also stop by any vendor to buy empty mole miner pails using caps, take them to a tinker's workbench and turn them into full pails, which you can then open for more goodies. Personally, I'd recommend doing that towards the end, picking up the medium-sized ones if the event is coming towards a conclusion, and getting yourself a few extra bites at the apple. It's also worth noting, by the way, that the Treasure Hunter event's due back in March, I believe, as well, so we'll have another crack at any rewards you haven't got, but nothing on there, speaking of any new rewards, but there's still plenty on there that I've yet to pick up, so I'm just as happy to work through the ones that I've yet to get my hands on, so very cool, that should be fun this weekend. If your pockets start feeling heavy with legendary scrip after exchanging your treasure hunter loot, however, head down to the Rusty Pick in the Ash Heap where Purveyor Murmagor is hosting a sale on legendary items, well timed. All weekend long, you'll get 25% off any legendary weapons and armour, so very, very cool. It would perhaps be a little better if they timed it with the double scrip event, so you can turn more legendaries in for scrip, but I suppose it doesn't affect how much you can carry, so swings and roundabouts. Either way, more bites at the apple, more legendary gear up for grabs, so always cool. So both of these events start today at midday Eastern Time, which is 5 PM, so that should be up and running by now, actually, as we speak. So that is running through till Monday, which is the 15th, and it will again end at 12 PM Eastern Time or 5 PM UK time. So, there we go. A lot of stuff coming up this weekend. Plenty of things to keep us busy. Chasing down those legendaries and the Treasure Hunter Mole Miner should be good. Plenty of new rewards, or rewards I don't currently have anyway. Looking forward to getting hold of those. And Fasnacht returns next week as well on Tuesday, which should be fun. There's plenty of masks to get there. I will be likely being a little bit more conservative about the ones I hang on to this time, seeing as I wound up with a massive collection of masks I couldn't shift for, better part of a year last time, so worth keeping in mind, but should be some cool rewards. Looking forward to seeing what they've got available for us there. There are a couple of extra masks you can pick up from the Atomic Shop at the moment as well. The usual Fasnacht bundle has made a return, which is not really surprising in the run-up to the event. I assume it'll be hanging around next week as well if you want to pick it up then, so a few more colourful varieties available if you want to grab those too. So, yeah, lots to keep us busy. Little disappointed on the delay on the PTS as usual, but I'd rather have them push it back and fine-tune things and then give it a proper length of testing, which they seem to be doing, judging by the spring launch and the ambiguity implied in that. So that's not such a bad thing. My guess would be somewhere early March for the next patch rather than end of February, which is where I was expecting it, but that's fine. So all in all, very cool. Lots of cool things to keep us busy. Lots of interesting things coming to the game over the next few weeks. So very much looking forward to jumping back in. Speaking of, we will be doing that later on this evening. So if you get a chance, do come and join us for the live stream. It should be good fun. We've got plenty of daily and weekly challenges to tackle, as well as hunting more minor treasure hunters. So lots to keep us busy. In between that, of course, we're also playing Cyberpunk. So I do hope you join us for the live streams on that as well. Keeping ourselves busy, racking up the ADs at the moment in that game, having a lot of fun. I'm going to be pushing on with the end of Act 2 and on into the third and final act of the game over the next few weeks, so that should be fun. And I've got a new video on something a little bit different that I think you'll enjoy at the weekend, so do keep an eye out for that as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed and found this useful. If you did, please do consider dropping likes and subs, always very, very much appreciated. Social media links, merch store and channel memberships, if you're interested, are down in the description as well. If you would like to support the channel in that way, it's humongously appreciated. So massive thanks to those of you who've done that already. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.